All right, everyone, welcome back into another NBA DFS video. My name is Eric Paul Z with DFS Sports. Going to be getting to the top core plays here for this NBA DFS 10-23 slate. Yes, it is NBA DFS slate on Sunday. To me, that means some people might not be paying as much attention to the slate as they should, which to me means that we should be getting a little bit of an edge here. There are a lot of stellar guard plays I'll be touching on, and I'm going to go about this video slightly different. I'm going to be touching on the top core play on the slate at the start, and then I'm going to be breaking it down, touching on my favorite core plays as we go through the slate, just because I do think there are a lot of similar plays on this slate. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, breaking down my top plays here for the 10-23 NBA DFS slate. Okay, I will start off with saying we do have a lot of quality plays, and that's the biggest issue on the slate. But I'm going to start off with Donovan Mitchell here. Donovan Mitchell to me is going to be like the stellar standout play on the slate. He is going to be my top core play, and I'm starting with him because I think he is like the obvious play, and then from there we're going to be able to figure out where to go, okay? Because from there everyone else is about the same to me, okay? They're stellar play, they're good plays, but they're all about the same in my eyes. He's the one play that stands out. With Darius Garland out, and I think potentially Kevin Love could be out, then Donovan Mitchell becomes a great play, guys. Okay, shot the ball 21 and 19 times thus far, and has scored over 50 DK points twice. For some reason, DraftKings thought it was a good idea to give him a price discount, even against Washington, a team that you want to be targeting. So Donovan Mitchell at 8.6 just makes a ton of sense. He's a player that I'm going out of my way to play a lot on this slate. And kind of sticking with that game, I do like LeVert as well. LeVert to me is a top play. Like if I had to rank him, he'd probably be my fifth favorite core play on the slate. Just given the minutes that are going to be there, 35 and 33, the usage should go up. Once again, with Darius Garland ruled out, he saw 35 DK points last game. And the biggest worry, I guess, with the Cleveland Cavaliers is that they are on a back end of a back-to-back, which, I don't really want to chase, but that is kind of the slate. And then sticking with it, like Cedi Osman is a cheap price point play as well at 4.3. I do think he has a strong chance to 5x or just have a nice safe floor for you like he did in the last game. Should be a fine play. Like if you want to play him, you can. And then kind of sticking with that Washington game, I will say Kyle Kuzma would be my fourth core play on the slate. Given the price point, 6.8, that seems super cheap for a guy that's put up 38 and 47 DK points, for a guy that has a high usage rate, for a guy that's getting a lot of shot attempts, 16 and 19 shot attempts for a power forward, a guy that we know can get a lot of rebounds. Okay, if he gets a few more rebounds in the last game, scoring 40 DK points. The matchup with Cleveland is not one that I'm particularly worried about. We get a nice little game stack here with Kyle Kuzma, so he's another stellar play to me on the slate. You guys probably already figured it out as well. Lauri Markkanen. Third straight slate, he's been a core play. Okay, I'm going to rank him out as the third best core play on the slate. That's just because he should be a stellar play. 39 minutes in the last game, 33 minutes in the previous game. At 6.3, he is still cheap. If he gets up to 7K or even 6.8K, then we have to start thinking about it. Okay, he's went for 33 and 51 DK points, and kind of my approach to DFS, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, so it's fine if you don't. I like to continue to play guys until they're priced correctly, okay, until they let me down, and that's going to be Lauri Markkanen. My third favorite core play on this slate. I do just want to call out like Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and John Wall both sat out last game yesterday. So I expect them to play on this back-to-back, the back end of a back-to-back. If they do both sit for some reason, or if Kawhi sits, then Paul George becomes another great play. Went for 62 DK points last game, so he'd be someone that you're looking at. Shy, I'm perfectly fine with as a play, guys. I think he'll get to 40 DK points. De'Aaron Fox, I really like as a play as well at 8.5. That seems like a solid price point. He's went for over 50 DK points each of the last two games. I think we can almost lock him into 40 DK points in this game. So at 8.5, he's someone I certainly like as well. Brandon Ingram's a very cheap play as well. I see him going for 40 DK points. Josh Giddey, another one of those guys where solid price point play. I see him getting 35 to 40 DK points. He'd be another player that I think I would want to play as well. And then value-wise, I do just want to point out Noel as well. He scored 20 and 28 DK points thus far, but only getting around 19 minutes per game. Obviously not something that you like, but right now as I'm making this video, it doesn't look like we have great value. So I'm trying to give you guys at least a value play you could look at as well. Kelly Olynyk is another one of those interesting plays to me on the slate. 5.2 would be a cheap price point if we knew for sure he was going to get that 35 minutes that he got last game, because he went for 39 DK points. Part of the reason I think was that the matchup, two bigs for Minnesota. So we got to see, I don't know, it's risky, and I'm not saying he's a core play, but he is someone that I think could potentially break the slate. And then Baisley as well, kind of in that same sense, Kelly Olynyk got a lot of run in that game with Minnesota because of the two bigs, Gobert and Towns. We could potentially see him get a little bit more run if he gets 5 more minutes okay, averaging 22 DK points, he could easily get to 30 DK points, okay? Like, he could be a very solid value play in a matchup with the Timberwolves where you do need to play two bigs. I'm not saying he's a core play, but he is someone that I'm looking at. And so as I went through this, guys, I'm just going to make De'Aaron Fox my core play number 2 on this slate, and then Donovan Mitchell will be number 1. There are a lot of stellar guard plays, though. That's the problem with this slate. A lot of safe guard plays. At 8.5 for a guy that's went for over 50 DK points each of the last 2 games due to him shooting the ball over 20 times the last 2 games, due to him getting a lot of assists and rebounds. I do like that a lot as a play. I think he's going to be locked into getting 40 DK points, so thus I do think he's going to be a strong play. With that, you have about 5.1 left over on this first look build. You guys can decide what you want to go with there. Obviously, we could fit Kelly Olynyk in there. I'd like that a little bit more.